All right, guys, continuing to take a look at some of the questions, some of the problems you guys had some issues with on the 9-5 homework. This one is actually question 59. I've kind of got a drawing of it up here. So this is problem 59, and what we've got is a house that's 32 by 50, and then they've extended or they've put a porch around two sides of that house that we don't know how wide the porch is, so they've indicated that with an X. So there's two parts to this. Part A was write a polynomial for the area of the house and the porch. Now this is going to be real similar to what we did in 9-3. All right. So again, if I look at the entire rectangle here, that's what I'm looking at, not just the house, but the house and the porch together. Area, which is what we're trying to represent with a polynomial, is base times height. So the base of this thing will be the same as up here, and that's going to be 50 plus x. All right. So 50 plus x is the base of this thing. And again, area of a rectangle, base times height. The height of this thing would be 32 plus x. All right. So the base and height represented by those two polynomials or binomials there, 50 plus x and 32 plus x. Now they did ask for a polynomial to represent that, which just means we got to double distribute this. We can't leave it how it is. We just have to double distribute. So 50 times 32. Let's see, 32 groups of 50. If I cut that in half, that'd be like 16 groups of 100. I think that's 1,600. All right, you can check that out in your calculator if you don't trust me, but to be honest, if you don't trust me, that hurts a little bit. And then 50 times x is 50x. X times 32 is 32x. And then x times x is x squared. So written in a little bit different order than what we're used to, but really it's just a double distributive property. Now, let me just take a quick side note here on the Flipgrid thing that I asked you to do. A lot of you are saying, hey, wait a minute, I see that I do 50 times 32 and then 50 plus 32, but I'm not sure where the x's are coming from. Well, they're coming from right here. That went before I combine like terms. It's not just 50 and 32, it's 50x and 32x. So that's where those x's are coming from. So I'm going to write this now in standard form. I'm going to combine some like terms and also get it written highest power to lowest power. So I want to put the x squared first. I'm going to go ahead and put these two together here. So that's 82x, and then the 1600 comes there at the end. So that's part A. All right. Part A said write a polynomial for the to represent the area of the house and the porch combined. So that's what we've got now. Part B said, okay, that area is 2,320. So I'm going to take that area, I'm going to take that polynomial and set it equal to 2,320. And they said, solve this for x. Well, I've got my polynomial. I'd like it equal to 0. So let me subtract 2320 from both sides. Hands are getting a little bit slippery. It's not a sign of the coronavirus, is it? Okay, all right. Take away 2320. Too soon? Okay. All right. So now if I do this, I've got x squared, I've got 82x, and I'm going to need to grab my calculator for this one. So if I do 1,600 minus 2,320, I get negative 720. Okay, so negative 720, and it equals 0. All right. So now there's my trinomial, all the like terms combined. It's set equal to 0. Now we just got to factor this thing. And again, I get it with numbers like negative 720. What are the factors of negative 720 that that can add up to 82? I get it that this can be sometimes a little bit intimidating. So I'm just going to go through and start checking things. So I don't want to start at 720 and 1. I see that 10 goes into it. So if I do 72 and 10, or 720 and 10, sorry. All right. So if I had, so that'd have to be like negative 72 and positive 10. That adds up to negative 62, not negative 82. So I actually need a couple numbers that are a little bit farther apart. So rather than 10, I'm going to try 9. 720 divided by 9. Pretty sure that'll go into it because 9 will go into 72. So 9 has to go into 720. I get 9 and 80. All right, so that would be negative 80 and 9. All right, those don't add up to negative 82. They add up to negative 71. Let's keep going. 72, again, 720 divided by 8. Again, 8 pretty sure is going to go into it because 8 will go into 72. I get 8 and 90. So I think that's it. Negative 90 and positive 8. Multiply together to give you negative 720. Those add together to give you negative 82. I want positive 82, so that tells me just switch that sign. Make it positive 90 and negative 8. Okay. So I'm ready to factor this thing now. Positive 90, negative 8. It still equals 0. Let me show you the bottom of the screen here. Okay, so a little bit of a glare. So now as we look at this, multiplying two numbers and getting 0. So I know I got x plus 90 equals 0, or x minus 8 equals 0. I solved this one. Subtract 90 on both sides. So x could be negative 90. All right. I add 8 on both sides. X could be 8. All right. So now we're getting into that same situation. If you watch the video on 43 and 45, where we've got two solutions, but one of them doesn't make any sense. And it's not that we did anything wrong. Both of these solutions, or both of these values, are solutions to this inequality. If I put negative 90 in here for x, it's going to make the equation true. If I put 8 in here for x, it's going to make the equation true. But if I go back to the original problem, this value that we're trying to find is the width of a porch, all right, in feet, I think. I can't have a porch that is negative 90 feet wide. I don't even know what that would look like. So again, we've done nothing wrong. It just doesn't make any sense for our problem, all right? So this porch must be about 8 feet wide. All right. So again, a little bit of 9.3 thrown in here, where you have to, draw the picture and see that picture, find those two binomials, but then solving it from there. And again, I get it with the large numbers. It might take you a while sometimes to find those factors, all right, that add up to what you want it to. But stick with it, and I know you'll find it. All right. Hope that helps. Take care, guys.